Every now and then, we get emails that follow a theme that we get a lot of emails on it. This one has to do with law enforcement and teaching police service dogs to out. I won't identify the handler, I don't think that's necessary, but I'll read it to you. Hi, I'm in need of your help. I'm a canine handler and I've been working with my partner for 4 years. Every time I do bite work with him, I have a hard time getting him to release the bite. We've tried several things, but it hasn't worked. He's a highly motivated dog. He's a great partner. He's always trying to please me. But when it comes to bite work, he just won't release the bite. If you have any ideas on what I can do, I'd sure like to listen to them. Well, that's a good question that the answer could be a 2 to 4 hour DVD. The long and the short of the whole thing is there's two basic concepts in police service work on teaching the out. One's a tactical release. A tactical release is where a handler the dog will be biting in training or on a subject, and the handler will approach, grab the dog by the collar, and basically pick the dog up, and the collar basically chokes the dog off the decoy or off of a suspect. The other is to teach the dog to out on command. I have very, very good friends that train police service dogs that are police canine handlers that believe in the tactical release. I have to agree to disagree with them. I've been going to police canine seminars since 1978, worked police service dogs for 10 years in the 90s, have done police service dog videos. You know, I agree to disagree with my friends, and we have a lot of officers that are changing and going to teaching a dog to out on command. The long and the short of the synopsis on training a dog to out, and this officer has to go back to the beginning, is to first teach a dog to out off of a tug that he's playing tug with his own handler. Then he needs to teach, and it might have to be that he has to teach him to out off of a toy, and then a tug, and then a sleeve where the handler has a sleeve and turns it into a toy, and the dog has to learn how to out off of that. Now, when the dog's out off of a toy, off of a tug, off of a sleeve that the handler has, as soon as they release the bite, the handler has to put movement and go back into the game of tug right away. We train with marker training. When a dog comes off of a toy, when a dog comes off of a tug, we mark it with yes, and we play again. So the dog learns that outing isn't the end of the whole game. The game continues, the game stops when we're playing tug and we make the item immobile. We have covered this in more times than I can think in our videos that we've done with Michael Ellis on puppy bite work, on the power of playing tug with your dog. But basically we immobilize the tug when we're through playing with him, so there's no fight in the tug, and when the dog releases, we mark it and put games back into it. A lot of times when dogs won't release, whether it's in training or off a suspect, they think, I'm not going to let go. This is what I want to do. When I let go, they take me away and the game is over. We teach them the game's not over. When they release, we put it back into the game. The game starts all over again, and we work it up to the point where it's done on a decoy, in a body bite suit, on legs, on arms, on the body, where the decoy will freeze. When the dog does release, we'll use markers, and the dog re-engages again. Now, if you start this process from the very beginning with a dog, and we start it with puppies that are 8 weeks old when we play tug, if a puppy will play tug at 8 weeks. Some have more interest in playing tug after 6 months, but at any point, we start the process at a very young age and we progress them through this. That's part of a lifestyle that the dog lives. Handlers that have issues like this, it's a lot harder for them. They have to go back and work and work and work and kind of reprogram their head on how they think about bite work. It can be done. In my opinion, it should be done. My personal opinion is it's much safer to out a dog from a distance and not have to approach a dog that's engaged in a suspect with a suspect that could be dangerous than it is to have to go up and be right there on top of the pile and lift your dog off. But again, back with my friends, we have to agree to disagree on that. So, in this case, I would recommend getting the video we did on the power of playing tug with your dog. Large section in there on teaching a dog to out. There's a section in there on a young dog that came from Europe, that's 9 months old, solid black dog, that I filmed at a seminar. And that dog was so locked up in prey that in the beginning, it took, I think, 15 minutes of just holding a tug still, waiting for that dog to release. But by the end of that seminar, the dog was outing. We have another video that we did with Michael Ellis on puppy bite work. We cover it in there. So I would recommend that you go and start from the beginning and go on. And as I said, this is a subject that I should do a training video on, and probably will do a training video on in the next couple of years.